What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mike Dolce Show. Today, Jon Jones, man, big trouble. Big trouble. Jon Jones, we're going to get into it right now. This is an update to an ongoing story about the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Jon Bones Jones. Before that, check the links below. Get your blood work done at MarekHealth.com/Dolce. Get extra virgin olive oil, the best on the planet, at Casandrinos.com/Dolce. Get your certified Piedmontese, grass-fed, grass-finished beef delivered to your door at Piedmontese.com. Promo code Dolce. And last but not least, get certified. Become a Dolce Diet certified coach. Get the DDC acronym next to your name. Level up your brand, level up your business, level up your knowledge of nutrition, dietetics, and performance science. Work with me for 3 days, September 23rd, 24th, 25th, and completely change your life by changing the lives of those around you. All those links are below. But now, let's get into Jon Bones Jones. First, let's briefly, Dana White had some recent comments on what's happening with Jon Jones. This is via MMA News. As we go through, now let me just jump out here for a second and talk to you. Let me talk to you for a second. Jon Jones vacated the UFC light heavyweight world championship 2 years ago after he beat Dominic Reyes and destroyed Dom for the most part. But Jon looked very unmotivated and still destroyed everybody. Undefeated, reigning, beat Daniel Cormier twice, beat everybody. Jon Jones, the greatest mixed martial artist ever to live. The greatest fighter on the planet, Jon Jones. Nobody can take it against him. You could say, well, maybe he's not a great person. He's got a lot of demons in it. Yeah, that's cool. Inside the octagon, there's none better than Jon Jones. Not Royce Gracie, not Ken Shamrock, not George St. Pierre, not Matt Hughes, not Anderson Silva. Jon Jones, the baddest dude in the game. Period. The end. Debate me in it. Leave comments below. I want to hear your thoughts. Leave them below for sure. But regardless, Jon then shockingly vacates the title. Are you kidding me? And disappears for 2 years because he sets a goal. He wants to become the UFC heavyweight world champion, not just move up a division, grab the belt, go back down. He wants to move up to the heavyweight division, grab the belt, clean out the division, and then retire after defending the heavyweight belt multiple times. This is an amazing story that Jon Jones is writing for himself. Unfortunately, Jon Jones gets in a lot of trouble. Jon Jones has admitted to alcohol and drug issues. Jon Jones has got into many incidents, we'll call them, with different versions or different police departments all around the country, it seems. Jon Jones had a domestic issue with his then fiance, who has now left him, and kind of, his life in many ways seems to be in shambles. And I'm not throwing shade at Jon. I'm just stating the facts as they are. But regardless, Jon Jones is still in the gym training to become the UFC heavyweight world champion. And when is that going to happen? Well, let's listen to this, and then I'm going to get into the big trouble part, okay? Now, let me bring this back in to stream. Boom, there we go. All right, so this right here, Dana White raises doubt about Jon Jones's 282 status. Now, Jon Jones last year said he wanted to fight in July of this year. And then he said, hey, let me fight in August of this year. And then it was, what about September, October, November? Finally, they said UFC 282 on December 10th in Las Vegas. Jon Jones comes back to fight none other than Stipe Miocic, former UFC world title holder. Stipe definitely wants to come back, try and get that belt again, which is now held by Francis Ngannou. But what's going on with Jon? Well, unfortunately, Jon never shied away from his partying throughout his UFC career, at times to a fault. This had created some indecisiveness amongst Dana White and the UFC brass when it comes to how and where to book Jon Jones. This isn't even the big trouble yet. I'm going to bring up the big trouble in a minute. So, when asked if there's any hesitancy to add Jon Jones to UFC 282 based on his recent and it seems current legal trouble, Dana said, yeah, there is a little hesitancy. There's a little. Probably bring him to New York, and he laughs about that. And I don't know if Jon would be able to fight in New York. Now, Jones appears to be training for his comeback, though there is no comeback fight set. There's no date yet for Jon Jones. That's a problem. But a bigger problem, and the whole entire point of this Big Trouble video, I'm going to show you right now. Your mind is going to be blown. Here we go. I'm going to minimize myself. Bam, out of there. So now let me show you this. Watch this. That, ladies and gentlemen, that is big trouble. That is big trouble. Let me show you something else. That is big trouble. Look how freaking big this man is. Big trouble. Jon Jones is big trouble for the entire UFC heavyweight division. Jon Jones, are you kidding me? Rumors that Jon Jones is over 250 pounds. Look at this dude, 6'6". Abs. Jon Jones. Do you understand what I'm saying right now? Look at this dude. 250 plus pounds, 6'6", moving like a middleweight still, moving weights like a legitimate heavyweight. Jon Jones is a 600 plus pound deadlifter. Did you know that? There's more and more and more to show. Big trouble. Can Stipe Miocic handle Jon Jones? Boy, I don't know. Can Francis Ngannou deal with Jon Jones? I don't think so. Let me break it down briefly. I want to hear your thoughts below. Jon Jones versus Stipe. Jon's a better wrestler. Jon's a better striker. Jon, let's say they're in even condition. We don't know how his condition's going to be at heavyweight, but he's taking 2 years. He's doing everything correctly, I believe, to make sure he has adapted fully to the weight class. Jon is bigger than Stipe. He's longer than Stipe. He's got a much stronger resume than Stipe. He's a better striker than Stipe. He is a better ground technician than Stipe. He's a better wrestler than Stipe. He has a better ring IQ than Stipe. And I like Stipe a lot. I like Jon too. On paper, Jon beats Stipe. Stipe's tough, so it'll be a great fight. Now we move forward. Jon versus Francis Ngannou. If the UFC can come to contractual terms with Francis, that's a whole nother issue that we'll get into in a different video. Can Jon beat Francis? I think Francis is an easier fight for Jon than Stipe is, because Stipe is tighter. Stipe is more technical. Stipe works with the great Trevor Whitman. Francis Ngannou is a massive, powerful, explosive, violent man, but he's got so many holes in his game. He is not a good wrestler. He is not a good grappler. He is not a good ground technician. He does not have good ring IQ. He's not a very good striker even. Now, if Francis Ngannou or any heavyweight drops a bomb on you, you're done. Can Jon Jones get past Francis's power? Well, Stipe's done it. I think, didn't Derek Lewis do it? I forget. But Francis Ngannou is not undefeated in the weight class. Jon Jones is undefeated at light heavy, having beat the greatest athletes in that division outside of the one-off Matt Hamill asterisk, which was due to an illegal shot. Jon destroyed Matt Hamill, so that's a blight on his record that I should mention. Jon Jones is big trouble, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait for him to get back in there and fight. Jon Jones will become the pay-per-view leader. Jon Jones will move the needle. Jon Jones at heavyweight, Jon Jones at heavyweight will be the baddest man on the planet. Better than Tyson Fury for sure. I'm a fan of Tyson Fury. Jon Jones versus Tyson Fury. On the street, Jon kills Tyson. Jon kills Tyson Fury 3 years ago when Jon was a 205 pounder. Jon Jones kills Tyson Fury. Jon Jones might beat Tyson Fury in a boxing match. Might. I'll give that one. I'll give Tyson Fury slightly better odds. In a kickboxing match, no grappling, no clinching, Jon Jones destroys Tyson. In a grappling only match, Jon Jones destroys Tyson. In a mixed martial arts match, Jon Jones destroys Tyson. In a street fight, well, Jon Jones most likely destroys Tyson, but street fight is different. There's no rules. You can grab ball sacks, and I have a suspicion that Tyson Fury he probably is a better street fighter than he is a boxer, and that's saying that very respectfully to Tyson, because Tyson's a real dude. But in organized competition, man, Jon Jones is the baddest man on the planet. Let's see what happens when he gets to heavyweight. I want to hear you guys. What do you think? Big trouble. Jon Jones is big trouble. Big trouble. What do you guys think? Leave those comments below. Come work with me. Become a DDC, a Dolce Diet certified coach. Click that link below. You know you want to be here. You know you want to be a part of it. 14-hour spread over 3 days, working with me and the team and amazing other coaches from around the world, all zooming in. No experience necessary, no background necessary, no GED necessary, though there will be medical doctors in the room. There will be PhDs in the room. There will be many certified personal trainers, military, law enforcement, licensed massage therapists, yoga teachers, and some just regular folks, moms and dads and regular folks who just want to look better, live better. We work on all of that, plus the business skills. The second part of this is the fitness conference, where we teach you everything to know about building your business, building your brand, creating a cash flow positive funnel for your life to create financial independence. We break all that down over this 3-day event, and we are proudly endorsed by the NSCA, NASM, and the AFAA. So if you need your CEUs, come on, baby. This is the course for you. Click the link below. Learn more. Happy. Would love to see you there. All right. Comments below. Jon Jones, big trouble. Until next.